Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to call, well, just before I call anything to order, we were expecting to start off the proceedings with an appeal on the tree bylaw, the appeal of a tree removal permit refusal for Pendleton Road. We have not seen the delegation as of yet. I'm in council's hands as to what you wish to do. I think the fairest thing from my point of view would be to call it to order and simply adjourn it without making a decision. But if someone wants, we could allow the appeal, we could dismiss it. I mean, we could go on the merits of the thing if you want. So maybe I can ask council what their thinking is, what you wish to do, or just make a motion. I'm not seeing any hands. Okay, Councillor McNulty, what do you think?
You can hear me?
Yeah.
Your Worship, do we know whether we are going to have a delegation?
I do not know. He
Well,
said he was
obviously,
gonna...
if they knew it was on the agenda and they were concerned, they would be here at the meeting. I believe we should make a decision on it, and I'd be prepared to move that if other members of council feel the same.
I tell you what.
Maybe we can give them 5 minutes.
Well,
10 minutes,
that's my thinking. Why don't we call to order the closed meeting?
Sure.
That
Okay.
will not take us, more than 5 or 10 minutes. Well, no, that may take us a while. But if we call to order the closed meeting, and then if he's still not here after the closed meeting, then we're in a bit of a different position than we are this moment. Okay, sir, hear from staff and uphold it or deny it or adjourn it or whatever you want to do.
Move the recommendation.
No, just a minute. I've got Councillor Day is got her hand up first.
I just wanted to ask a question of staff. Is it appropriate now, or
Yeah.
do you want to get it on now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, on CNCL 9, it notes a staff error, and that in mid-January, and then Mr. Cavito bought it in mid-January. Was the error corrected before or after he purchased it?
Through your worship to Councillor Day, in terms of the timeline, it does appear that we did correct the information after the applicant bought the property. Having said that, I would say that in terms of the information provided to the applicant dating back to when the correspondence began in November, we provided the tree retention map. The tree retention map clearly identified that this tree was to be retained. It was in the verbal or in the written correspondence we accompanied with the map where it was referenced the tree could be removed. So,
And just to be clear, so we granted him 2 lots. We granted him a reduction in the front yard from 6 meter to 4.5 meter, but now he wants the tree gone as well. Is that right?
through your worship to Councillor Day, it was a different developer who took the property through rezoning. Mr. Cabito acquired the property in January from the original developer. The other facts you stated are correct, yes.
All right. Well, thank you for your help.
But the fact remains that the reason for that reduced setback is because of that tree.
That is correct.
Okay. So, Councillor McNulty, did you want to make a motion? You were on the floor.
I move the recommendation.
Which
that we uphold it.
Which is to uphold the decision to refuse to issue the tree permit. So that's moved. Is it seconded? It's seconded. Councillor Wolf.
Yeah, well, thank you. Yeah, I will be in supporting the upholding of that. When I visited the site today, there was about 20 people working on it, so it's really actively being finished up. People on the roof, people bringing new equipment, and vans pulling up with more stuff. So it's a pretty active site. I'm looking at the correspondence here with the owner, and it was from 10 days ago. Just checking with staff of because that was in their response. This was in an email we all got about an hour or so ago, I think. And he even wrote in there, should I even bother showing up? Has there been any other verbal or email communication with him in the last 10 days?
Through your worship to Councillor Wolf, I'd actually refer that question to the city clerk. The correspondence was between the city clerk and the applicant, not between myself and the applicant. So if I may, I'd refer that to the city clerk.
Madam Clerk?
Yes, through your worship to Councillor Wolf, the clerk's office did have recent communications with Mr. Cabito about today's special council, and we had no indication that he was not attending.
So it was verbal communication
Yes.
recently?
Yes.
Okay, so there's no question in your mind, as noted in his email, he knows about this hearing, and he knows about it, that it's going to happen today at 4.
That is correct, yes.
Okay. All right, Councillor Rao.
The question about the financial impact on the applicant. He mentioned in his memo, his email saying that he may suffer a loss of $100,000 to $200,000. Now, I don't know how did he come up with this figure, but from our point of view, what kind of financial impact would be posted onto this applicant?
Through your worship to Councillor Rao, in terms of the dollar amount substantiated or referenced by the applicant, I have no idea where that information came from. In terms of a financial obligation on the developer to retain the tree, there was some tree pruning that was required. That was it.
Okay, good, thank you.
So he's probably referring to a perceived loss of price or something like that, isn't he? Probably. Okay, Wayne's gone. Okay. Is that likely what he's referring to?
Through your worship, I think that's quite likely where that amount is coming from. It's unsubstantiated from our perspective.
All right. Anyone else? I'll call the question then. All those in favor? Any opposed? That is carried. And Madam Clerk, the minutes will record that we are prepared to call this order at 4 o'clock. We've held it off, hoping that he would arrive and that there's been no sign of him.
That's correct, yes.
Okay. All right. May I have a motion to adjourn the special council meeting? Okay.